Another way that we could do this, let me just show another way before I move on. And this is just coming to me right now, so I'm not confident this is the best approach. But we could say select a cylinder 3D. We could, let's show this later. We could insert a mesh. We could create this as an insert mesh brush, excuse me. And then we could add that to something. So I'm going to just do that right now. I'm going to say create insert mesh brush. I'm going to say create a new one. Let's go into this poly sphere here. I'm going to go into transform, activate symmetry. I'm going to turn radial symmetry on. Set my count to 6. And I've got 6 of these guys. They're not facing the right direction. But what do we do to adjust that? Well, it's not too hard. Okay, you got to try your depth. Is that not working? How's this pulling out? And then we need to look inside the cylinder and see how this is being drawn out. It's something we're going to get into in a bit, but I'm going to look at this from the side, go into brush, create insert mesh, create a new one, go back to my sphere. Okay, and we've got something else. So Steve had mentioned that one of the ways we could have gotten around the problem that we had with this previous insert mesh brush would be to come to the preview menu of that cylinder 3D and adjusting that. But one of the things I'll point out to you guys later when we get into this is when you create when you press this create insert mesh brush, it takes into account which direction you're looking at this from. So if you're looking at it at an angle, so I'm looking, basically you can think of yourself as viewing it from the bottom of the canvas, then this will always come out at an angle from my model. If I'm looking at this basically head on, then it's just going to go straight across and my sphere is there, so it's going to work out perfect. We'll get into that. But I wanted to make sure you saw another option in case you were looking at this thinking, holy crap. And now I'm completely turned around. There we go. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to merge everything. So I can just merge down. I'm in the merge area, merge down. It's not undoable, but it's also not a big deal because all of these are already separated. So I can always go into split and split this whole thing to parts. I can group split this. So if I wanted to go into polygroups, auto group so that each one of these is separate, and then come back in here and say group split. This is again not undoable. And now each one of these is separate. When we're working with hard surface, we got to go back and forth here quite fluidly sometimes. I'm just going to go back into merge. Merge down. I'm going to say always OK. That means it won't show me that warning again. But that is only while this ZBrush session is in session.